Hey YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and we're going to get back into a little bit of our business series today, and we're going to talk about breeding expectations. And what that really means is what your expectations should be as you breed snakes, because I think sometimes as new breeders, myself included, we get kind of off base with our expectations. Our expectations are not necessarily based in reality. So if you keep your expectations based in reality, you're more likely to have success because you're not going to feel as defeated or end up so overwhelmed because you weren't expecting what was going to happen. So here we got, this whole rack, which is about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 snakes, so 50 ball pythons right here. This rack is all females save one, two, and so there's three in here because there's two blood pythons, one's male, one's a female, and one male because he's just so damn big, that are not going to get bred. So there's 47 snakes in here. Oh, minus one more that for medical reasons I'm still choosing not to breed. So that leaves us with 46 snakes over here that are able to be bred. Plus I've got one over here, 47. I've got one over there, 48. So there are 48 females that we will pair this year. Back when I first started, I was pairing 2, 3, 4, 7 females. We would typically get all of our females to go. If I paired 7 females, I was going to get 7 clutches of eggs, right? It was pretty fucking awesome, man. And you're thinking, this is how it's going to be. If I pair 20 females, I'm going to have 20 eggs. If I pair 50, well, not 20 eggs, 20 clutches. If I pair 50 females, I'm going to get what? 50 clutches of eggs. Hell yeah, 50 clutches and eggs. I had an idea of what I can make per clutch. Shit, man, why am I still working? That is kind of where things are set up at. But that is not reality. Not reality for a couple of reasons. I'll get more into the financial reasons of why that's not reality over on Patreon. But on here, we're going to focus on expectations for what you breed and what's legitimately going to come of that. Now, our expectations have been dampened a little bit because we moved facilities. That was our first time ever moving facilities. It's been a slight learning curve. I do think that has hurt us as far as just keeping our ambient temperatures right and our ambient humidity right in this room. We have since taken measures to fix that, which basically was an assload of insulation and getting rid of anything pretty like a window. However, even with that, you still wouldn't expect all 48 of our animals to go. So if I'm breeding 48 animals, why don't I think they're all going to lay? Well, a handful are first timers, right? So those first timers, man, they're not going to go. Oh, I forgot one, 47. There's 2 for medical reasons I'm not breeding. One of them was because she retained eggs 2 years ago, and I had to do some medical care on her, and I wanted to give her several years off to recoup. Another one was one that was just very slow to get back on food last year, and she wouldn't wait. It was not have been responsible for me to breed her. So we planned to breed her. We never paired her because she wasn't eating well. We pulled her out of the breed program this year, and now she's back on food like a beast. So depending on how she does, she can go next year, but this year she's out. So that does knock us down to 47. Out of 47, what are my expectations? Well, I would say if I don't get 25, I'm going to be pissed. Okay? That's kind of where I would expect to be, is at least 25. Anything under that, I'm disappointed. If I get over 35, I'm going to be real damn happy because a handful of these are just barely there. They're first timers. There's certain ones I don't expect to go based on what I've seen. Other ones I expect to go because I go every year. If we hit all 47, I'm going to do a little minor dance, like the happy prospector dance. You guys can hold me to that. 47 clutches, I videotape a happy prospector dance. We're not going to hit that. It's just not going to happen. So you've got to set your expectations in reality. And I would say you could realistically plan on somewhere between 70 and 80% of what you breed probably having eggs. With that too, when you have this large of a collection, there's people with a much larger collection, not all of your eggs are going to be viable. You're going to have some dud clutches. It's possible. You may have a set of eggs that was never meant to be that starts and fails. You're going to have a little bit higher baby failure rate because you're in and out of your incubator more. You're just more susceptible to problems because you've got more chances to have problems. You're also more susceptible to winning. It's kind of like going to Vegas. If I go to Vegas and I put $100 on the table and I throw the dice down once, I lose, right? It's like, well, shit, I lost once. But that's all I'm going to lose. Now, if I keep throwing the dice down the table, I may win a few, but I'm going to lose a lot more. I'm taking more opportunities to lose. Each snake I breed, each set of eggs is an opportunity to lose. It's also an opportunity to win. But I could have something happen that causes that clutch to go bad. It skews your numbers when you're new. My first year, I had a clutch. I killed the whole clutch because I screwed it up. So I was over. I had a 0% hatch rate, right? My next year, I had a 100% hatch rate. I had 2 clutches. Now, we don't ever see those zeros or those hundreds because you have a larger sample size. If that makes any sense, you're going to be somewhere in the middle. So realistically going through, just from what I can tell you, we'll just go through each one of them. Kurt, keep count for me. You ready? We're going to have 2 things you're going to need to count. Do you want me to get you some paper and pen? I did not plan this. We're going to have things I'm pretty confident on. 3 things. Things I think fucking flip a quarter, and things I think aren't going to fucking happen out of these animals. You ready to do it?
I can't write.
Can you? Okay, so I'll do the writing. I'll do the talking. You just do one job. Make me do all these jobs over here. It's fine. I'll be multi-talented. Actually, he's right. It is very hard to do all of that at once. So let's look here. We'll have, helps if I grab a pen that ain't fucking broken. I hate that thing. It's a piece of pen in there that we broke that doesn't work. So now I gotta go back in here, get a pen. And now that I threw that thing out, guess what will never happen again? I will never grab that half pin again. I don't know why it's still in here, to be quite honest. Probably just because it's funny when it pisses me off. All right. So now, back to it. We have our will go, our may go, and our no go. Okay? So this one, that's a may go. May go. That is our fire yellow belly head axanthic female. I think she might go. Manaya, I think Manaya will go. So she's a will go. Calliope, she's a may. Pandora, she's a will. I have faith in that girl, man. Over there, Cleo's a will go. She's almost there now. Or this one, female pastel-like. I'm going to say she's a may. And then we have pastel axanthic female. That one's the one that's a may go. I think she will, but I can't say for sure. This calico, she's a may. I'm not ready to say for sure on that one. That bell, she's a maybe. I mean, you see this, right? You see what I'm talking about. Thalia is a will go. I have faith in that. This one, Super Pastel Lesser, I think that's a no-go for me. Bumblebee Het Clown, Kurt's going to be really pissed to hear me say it. I think she's a no-go. She's just frustrating as hell. Aurora, she's a better go, but we'll put her in the May category. This Super Lesser here, she's a will go. Feeling pretty good about her. Right, Pastel Leopard, that one's a will go. Probably go in the next couple of days. This Ghost here, I think she's a will go. I'm feeling good about her. This Blitz, she's in the May category, nice and solid in the May. Juno, she's in Glow right now. I think she's a will go. That Pied, I'm going to put in the May go. That Lesser Ghost, that snake's fucking impossible to read. I'll put her in the May go. 1606, that's our Calibi. She's going to do it. This Pastel Axanthic, she's going to do it. Parthenos the Bumblebee, she already did it. Minerva, I think Minerva's a may go, not a no-go. Demeter I think is a will go. You know, this Banana, she's a may. Hestia, that's definitely a no. She's one of the medical ones. Sin, I think she'll go this year. I feel good about her. Andromeda, I think she'll go. She's acting like she always does. Black Pastel Spider, she's probably a no. You know, the Spider Clown, I think she's a maybe. At least you got one chance, huh? Het True Ghost Darkness, I think she's a maybe. Persephone, I think she's a will. I'm going to have faith. Have a little bit of faith. The Calitz, I think she will go. Could be wrong, though. Alithia is a medical. She's not even in the running. Yellow Belly Pastel Head Axanthic Female. I hate to say it. I think she's going to piss me off. Orange Dream Pastel. Going in the maybe category. It looks like I made one mark. We'll do that. Killer Bee. I'm going to put her in the maybe category. She's almost a will go. Lesser Pastel. Also maybe. That's a boy. This one here. She's in the maybe. The Het Pied Knot. I think she will go. The Celine Lesser. I think she will go. The Nike. I think Nike will go. GHI Mojave, she's in the maybe. Queen bee, put her in the maybe. Blood. That albino, I'm going to say she's in the maybe. And then we've got that Mojave, I think she's a no-go. We have the Pastel Freeway over here. I think she is a will-go. Then I also have the Firefly over here I'm breeding, and I think she's in the maybe. So that would give us, wait a minute, I need to scratch that out. That's a hash mark. So it'd be 20, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. I guess there's 2 I'm missing somewhere that I didn't get counted in there. Maybe I didn't count them because of medical, probably because of medical. So anyway, what that tells me is if I'm right, which is not 100% on the will goes, there's 20 clutches. Remember I said 25 would be like, anywhere 30 would be the expectation. On the may go, if I'm half right, we'll say that's 10 more. On the nose, if I'm right, that's 5 that don't. So that'd be a 0, which would leave us with about 30 clutches. So that's where kind of that area is. I expect some of these just haven't got where I want them to be yet. These I'm pretty good on. We'll be somewhere between 30 and 40, most likely around that 30 to 35 mark if I was a betting man. Kurt, anything you want to add?
No.
So I guess in closing, when you set your expectations and you're starting to set that, you cannot set it that every snake I ever have, that's a female, will lay eggs. You could have a bad male who, and I could still have that. I have a male last year that we're using again because last was his first year who didn't show really well on the viable eggs. If he's bad and I have 3 bad clutches because of that, that takes some of those numbers out because of those 30 clutches. I mean, let's say I hit 30, shit, if I had 7 eggs a clutch, that's 210 babies, right? Bam! Well, that's not reality, guys. Reality would be if we had an average of 7, we'd get 95% on a good year. We would get, you could take 10 of those out. We're going to run around 200, 195 babies, let's say. Some of those babies will have some problems. We'll probably end up with like 180 babies maybe. And then I'm going to keep probably 15 of them, dropping that down to 165 babies or so for sale. So you're not, the numbers aren't the same that you think they're going to be when you first start. So just prepare for that. This isn't to discourage you. This is to prepare you for what's going to come. That being said, I need to have a plan in place if all of these go, because I don't want to have that great year where I hit 40 out of 45 and I'm like, oh God, what do I do with them now? So we have to have a plan in place to accommodate that many eggs, even if it's a rush plan. It's like, okay, we gotta go get this figured out. You need to have that in the back of your mind. All right, guys, that's all I got. Set realistic expectations, set realistic goals, and your business is going to be successful. Anything else, Kurt?
No.
All right, y'all, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.